What does it take to be a winner with relationships? Why is the golden rule
Well,
important?
let me tell you this. In sports, well, let's look at the Chicago Bear team, for instance. When I first got there, there was 130 players from around the country on one team. I mean, that was like the first day of practice. And so you have to cut down to 40. And I never forget the first day of training camp, we got these playbooks like what you guys have, and everybody had to stand up and read a paragraph. And so you know how it is when you guys go out and you pick teams. Don't you guys like look to pick out y'all kind of don't boys, y'all size up each other. Like when you go to first day of school, you try to see, hey, I want to be on this person's team or that person's team, or you looking at each other for their size and speed and things like that. Don't guys do that? Okay, so we do the same thing. And so we in training camp, and I never forget, everybody had to stand up and read. And then like and everybody like sizing up everybody. Some guys got these big Hulk muscles and real big and things like that. So the next day of practice, I asked one of the older guys, I said, man, what happened to that guy that looked like the Hulk? There was like 2 or 3 of them. He said, man, did you see they couldn't read? And to play in Buddy Ryan's defense, Buddy Ryan was a well-known defensive coordinator. He was the inventor of the 46 defense. But to make a long story short, I never forget when he came up to me and he said, I like the way you read. And I'm like, a coach telling me that? I didn't know it. I didn't think it made any difference. But I was saying, man, thank God that my mom just took me to the library. So with that being said, that was just one thing that we had to do that I never would have ever thought when I was on my quest to be a professional athlete, that one day we would have to stand up and read the playbook. And that it would be very, very important. And the reason it was so important, because the defense that we had was so complicated, and they just figured, hey, if you come into this level in your life and you can't comprehend, you're not gonna, there's no need, because we ain't got time to teach you. And so with that being said, so you got all different people coming from all different backgrounds, all different races of people, all different nationalities, all religions, but we come in there together with one common goal. And our theme in the Super Bowl year was, we had a goal since training camp to bring Chicago Bears a Super Bowl champ. And so that was our theme. And then you look back at it, we had a lot of different guys from a lot of different places, and we came together, and we still come together. We get together each year, and just a beautiful thing. And most recently, 25 years after we won the Super Bowl, we got a call from Obama, and he invited us as a team to go to the White House. Now just think, we hadn't seen each other, some of the people on that team, especially the staff members. We had the ball boys who came back. They were like 15 years of age when they were ball boys, and now they were 40. And they were coming up to me like, don't you remember me? How can I remember? It's like you coming up to me, or you coming up to me 25 years later. It was just, and with no hair.
That's funny.
But it was so much fun, the board of playing with a group of guys, and what was so special about it, we had the staff members, we had the yard, the person that took care of the landscaping, we had all these people come together, and the President of the United States invited us to come because the year that we won the Super Bowl, the Space Challenger crashed. And so we were gonna go, and it was scheduled around the same time. So we never got a chance to go. They got pushed back, got pushed back 25 years later, and we had a chance to go, and it was just a phenomenal experience. But the great thing about it is we still keep in touch, and it's just a great group of guys that came together at a special time, and that's why it's so very, very important to get along. And one of the things that I saw, I don't know who touched on, somebody touched on forgiveness. Forgiveness. Well,
relationships.
on our team, it was well known that the offense and the defense didn't get along. And the defensive coordinator, Buddy Ryan, who I was speaking of early, and Coach Dicker, they were both two fiery coaches. And so what happened is, Buddy Ryan was already there when they hired Coach Dicker. And so Buddy Ryan felt like he should have been the head coach. And so they just never got along. They just never got along. But 25 years later, they made up, and it was just so great for us young guys that was young at the time to see. It was like two family members making up, and they would just, they just hugged and they sat together and they just, you know what they said to each other? They said, when I left, I never won another Super Bowl. When you left, you went to another team, became head coach. You never won another one. So it was, I guess we were great together.
Yeah.
And so I got this picture of them hugging. It was just a beautiful thing.
Aw,
So
it's beautiful.
Well, that's our principle for tomorrow. Our last adventure
Yeah.
is TLC, Teams Love Collaboration, and the principle is two are better than one, Ecclesiastes 4:9.
Nope.
So that's a perfect setup for tomorrow. How about a hand for Mr.
Yay!
King? And
We're honored.
is here again. And remember, he's an attorney, and we know that a lot of times in the law, people have problems when they don't get along, right?
Oh, yeah.
It ends up in lawsuits and all kinds of things, right? So if we could get people to work better together, right, we wouldn't have to pay our attorneys so much money.
Right.
All right, guys.